Alright guys, just got back from the range today and figured I would do a video on how to clean a Springfield XDM. This is my XDM 9mm that I have here. Pretty much the only handgun that I use, pretty proficient with. So yeah, I figured I'd just do a video on how to clean it. I do have a video on how to field strip it in case you're just looking for that. So I'll post a link up top here if you want to just see the field strip, and that's it. But I'm going to go a little bit more in detail and kind of go into how I clean it and lubricate it. So first off, you want to always remove your magazine. I actually don't have one in here right now. And then just do a check, make sure that the gun is empty, which it is, as you can see. So first step is to, you're going to want to field strip this. So push this in, make sure that's pushed in when you grab it. Pull the slide back, lock it. Then flip this slide release up here. And just comes right out. So there's your lower right there. And then we're going to take our spring out and the barrel. And that is fully stripped. So usually one of the first things I do, you are going to need some cleaning patches, some lubricant, and then some sort of spray, either CLP, Rem oil, or something similar. I know there's a ton of brands. I prefer to use CLP, kind of what I've been using. So usually what I do here is I'll take a cleaning rod and a patch. Then I'll just throw some CLP on there. And then I'll run it through the barrel a few times just to let that CLP soak. So I'm going to let that soak for a while we're doing everything else. So next thing I do is take another patch, soak it in CLP again. And then just rub everything down. So take the barrel here, rub it down, slide, wipe everything down in there. Spring. And then I usually just wipe down in here as well. This doesn't seem to get too dirty, so it doesn't need a whole lot of attention. As you can see, after being at the range, it is pretty dirty in there. So I'm going to let that sit for just a few minutes to kind of let the COP kind of break down all the deposits in there and everything, and then come back and wipe it all down. Alright, now that the parts have been sitting there for a few minutes, I'm going to take a brush here and just kind of brush everything, get in the slide, make sure you're getting all the crevices and everything. You just want to make sure you get any sort of debris or calcium deposits in there. You want to make sure you get everything kind of loosened up. Same thing with this. Okay, once you get that done, now it's time to start wiping everything down. So take another clean patch here, and I'll start with the lower, and then just start wiping everything clean. It's pretty much up to you how clean you want to get it. I like to get it to where there's no more crap coming out on my patches. That's usually when I call it clean. So I go through quite a bit of patches just because I want to make sure I get everything, because I don't shoot that often. So I want to make sure they're nice and clean while they're just sitting. So another patch here. Down in the magazine well, just Another tool I like is these little picks here. It kind of helps you get into like smaller areas you can't get with your fingers. You're able to just kind of push that through. Okay, I'll take one more just to be safe. Like I said, it's up to you how much you want to wipe it down and how clean you want it to be, but I like mine to be pretty clean. So, okay. Wipe down the outside here. Put that aside for right now, and then move on to the spring. Kind of wipe that down as well. Okay. Next, go back to the slide here and start running our patches through here again. Make sure we get all that CLP wiped up, all the any crap that's in there cleaned up. You want to try and get in like every little crack and crevice just to make sure you get it nice and clean. So again, that's when these little tools come in handy. You can get them anywhere. I think I picked these up on, I actually got them on Amazon, but I've seen them in like Bass Pro, Cabela's, Academy. So and then you can also, use paper towels or something to wipe the outside of the slide off. Just go back through here, make sure it's nice and dry. Okay, now for the barrel, just wipe the outside off again as you did everything else. You want to make sure you get all these parts cleaned. Alright, so next is to go back to the inside of the barrel here, take our cleaning rod again, take a dry patch, and we're just going to run some dry patches through here until they come out nice and clean. So depending on how dirty your barrel is, could determine how many it takes. So yeah, see all that stuff coming off in there. So you'll just want to run as many patches through as it takes. Getting there. Okay. We just need one more and we'll call that good. Yeah, see, nothing's really showing up on it, so call that pretty good. Okay. And what I do next is, since I don't shoot it very often, you don't have to do this, but I like to do it just to help prevent the inside from rusting or anything. I'll take a clean patch again, and I'll take a little bit of lubricant, put just a dab on my fingers, kind of put it on the patch here. You don't want a whole lot, but just enough, and then you're going to run it through your barrel, and that gives you a little bit of lubrication in there just to keep it from rusting and everything like that. So kind of helps to protect that. So you can see inside there, you're nice and clean. Alright. Alright, now that we got everything wiped down, now is the time to throw on some lubricant here. I'm going to start off with the slide. Only really one area you need to worry about, and it's kind of right here where it actually, those grooves are on either side. That slides into your lower, and it slides. So you're going to want to throw some in there. You could either, if you do have precision, it makes it a little bit easier. You could just take it and put a little bead all the way down. If you don't have that, just take this and put a drop at the top on either side, and then just hold it up and let it run down. Might be kind of hard to see, but yeah, see there, it's just running all the way down the length of the slide. So let that run down. You could also use your precision to put a light bead. You don't need a whole lot, just enough to so that's all I do with that. And then I'll take a little bit, put it on my fingers, not a whole lot, and then I'll just put a light coat over the barrel, especially where it slide meets and everything. So don't need, like I said, don't need a whole lot. I just do a light coat. Same thing with the guide rod and spring here. It's a little light coat. And then lower, we really don't need any. There's just a couple metal parts. I'll put just a light coat. Not necessary, but I just like to put a little bit on there just to help keep everything fresh and from rusting. So that's pretty much all you need to do as far as lubricating it. Now all we got to do is put it back together. So just take your barrel, add it back in there. Take your spring. All right. And then we're going to take our lower, slide it back on there, back, and then pull this forward again. There you go. Just kind of run the slide a little bit, let that lubrication kind of get on there and spread evenly. So then what I'll do is just take a clean cloth, kind of wipe down the outside of it, and that's pretty much it. So it's pretty easy. Like I said, this is just for the XDM. It's the same process for really any other pistol. Glocks, your Horses, had a Smith & Wesson that I did earlier today. Same process. So you can use this on any gun. I just have the Springfield XDM to show it on right now. So yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments, or if you want to see anything else, just let me know. But thanks for watching.